for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. Officials say city employee Alan Ryan was taken to North Arkansas Regional Medical Center to be checked for his injuries Friday morning after a lawnmower mishap at the Minnie Harris Park. Harrison Fire Department Battalion Chief Jim Kreger said the riding mower that Ryan was operating slid down a long embankment and onto a culvert with a storm drain pipe running through it. Firefighters used a biodegradable foam and a fire extinguisher to extinguish flames to reduce the possibility of contaminating the water going into Lake Harrison. Some fuel and oil was leaking from the mower, but Office of Emergency Management personnel used absorbent material, including absorbent pigs, to trap those fluids, so very little contaminants made it into the lake area. Absorbent pigs are mats or shock-like tubes filled with material that will absorb a spill rather than using clay that has to be cleaned up later. And the city of Harrison has called a special election to ask voters to renew the 0.5% infrastructure tax and the 0.25% sales and use tax, and town hall meetings have now been scheduled to inform the public of the need for this extension. About 64% of the money raised by the tax goes to public safety and the rest goes to other city departments. The tax has been in place the last 16 years. The first town hall meeting will be at the Boone County Quorum Court at 7 p.m. Tuesday, June 12th in the Office of Emergency Management's conference room located at 400 East Prospect Avenue in Harrison. The special election is tentatively set for Tuesday, August 14th. At their recent meeting, Yellville's Mayor Shawn Lane led the council in a discussion of a measure to control and protect city property during celebrations. Lane reported to the council that they're currently wrapped up in everything that turkey trot, and they have 2 or 3 groups that say they're going to also be doing something that weekend, but the city has no control mechanism. Lane noted that the city needs to protect itself by requiring insurance and bonding to cover the cost of something going wrong during an event. Lane's contacts with insurers indicate that $1 million worth of liability and accident insurance and bonding would cost about $500 per year. April through June are the peak months for the tornado season in the state of Arkansas, and the city of Flippin is ready to alert residents of severe weather with a just installed outdoor storm warning system. Flippin Fire Chief Glenn Chapman says that is the first time the city has had an actual certified storm warning system. The unit is located at the Flippin Fire Department. Chapman says that when the storm warning system is activated during inclement weather, it will sound for 3 to 5 minutes and continue every 10 minutes during the duration of the storm event. The system will also be utilized for civil defense emergencies. The cost of the new system was just over $18,000, with about 1/3 of the expense covered with a grant from the Arkansas Economic Development Commission's Division of Rural Services. Elaine Ryder and her Election Commission colleagues received some hard-earned praise when she brought good news about the voting equipment to the May meeting of the Marion County Quorum Court. The Arkansas Secretary of State informed Ryder they will send 27 new state-of-the-art voting machines for the county's use in future elections at no cost to Marion County. Ryder had been negotiating with the state to share the expense of the new machines, which at best would cost the county about $28,000. But now, with the contribution from the Secretary of State's office, that cost is no longer a factor, and the new voting center system will be getting its test in the May primaries. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
On any given day here at Main Street Service Center, we might be working on a Ford like on the 4-post lift over my shoulder, or an Infiniti that's back on the back bay, or a Toyota, or a BMW, or right here a Hyundai. You just never know what's going to come into the shop and what their needs might be, but you can rest assured that at Main Street Service Center, whatever you're driving, we can take care of it for you, whether it's oil and filter changes all the way up to engine and transmission replacements. And get this, we've been in business for 29 years and there's still things that we can't do, and we're not too proud to say it. So if you bring us something and it's over our head or out of our capabilities of expertise or tools, we're not too proud to say it, because we want your vehicle fixed correctly, right, and the first time.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
We'd like to tell you our reason for raising the minimum legal sale age of tobacco products from 18 to 21.
We will not be Big Tobacco's replacements for those who die each and every day from tobacco-related illnesses.
18 and 19-year-old tobacco users are a major supplier of tobacco products for younger youth.
Raising the legal age to purchase tobacco or nicotine products to 21 eliminates access to those suppliers, giving us a brighter future, a tobacco-free future.
We are loud and proud, and we will define our own future. For more information, visit sosprojectprevent.com.
This message is brought to you by your master tobacco settlement dollars at work.
An Arkansas congressman has cut ties with Facebook after recent news the social media platform failed to properly safeguard users' personal information. U.S. Representative Rick Crawford deactivated his office's Facebook page last month. In a letter he wrote on May the 8th to Facebook's CEO Mark Zuckerberg, he expressed concerns about the privacy of his constituents and their exposure to foreign misinformation. His letter specifically mentioned political consultant Cambridge Analytical's use of the Facebook user data. Crawford serves on the House Intelligence Committee. A conservative group that's gone after an Arkansas Supreme Court justice seeking re-election is now targeting one of the challengers trying to unseat her with a television ad calling him soft on crime. The Judicial Crisis Network began running an ad over the weekend criticizing State Appeals Court Judge Kenneth Hickson for authorizing a 2016 ruling that granted a new trial for a convicted rapist. The ad doesn't mention that 4 other judges joined in on the decision reversing Romero Perez's conviction. Hickson and State Department of Human Services Chief Counsel David Sterling are running against Justice Courtney Goodson on May 22nd. And the group has already been running ads criticizing Goodson. Another group, the Republican State Leadership Committee, has been running spots in support of Sterling. Well, the Paragould Fire Committee and City Council have now approved a land purchase for a new fire station. According to Paragould's Police Chief Kevin Lang, the council approved a purchase of 14 acres of land on Highway 49. Lang says the fire department has outgrown Station Number 1, which they moved into back in 1990. The building houses the administrative offices and most of their equipment. A construction start date has yet to be determined. The Truman Chamber of Commerce is encouraging businesses to donate water and sports drinks with their Beat the Heat initiative. The drinks will go to the Truman Police Department to help them stay hydrated during those hot days of summer. Chamber Executive Director Neil Vickers says it really makes a difference in an officer's life out in the field every day. Vickers added that the city plans to continue the initiative for years to come. And a North Carolina-based steel company is furthering its expansion in northeast Arkansas with a planned $240 million sheet metal production line at that facility. Nucor Corporation recently announced the galvanizing line for the company's plant in the community of Hickman. The line is expected to operate by 2021 with capacity to produce 500,000 tons of steel sheet metal annually. The expansion is expected to add some 100 new jobs to that plant. Nucor has a 3-decade history in Mississippi County, employing nearly 1,700 people at its 4 facilities there. Before we take a look at this unstable weather forecast we're going to have to deal with for the rest of the work week, here's the way the stock market ended today. Slipped up on us, I guess you would say. A small line of showers and thunderstorms came through the area in the early morning hours. Might have heard a little thunder if you were awake at that time, or maybe it got you awake. It was a very short line of thunderstorms, but it did dump a lot of rain, particularly north of us, up in the southern part or southeastern part of Missouri, I should say. Gainesville area got some flooding because the system brought it through so quickly, and they got about 2.5 inches of rain in less than a half hour in that area. We got a few sprinkles. Some of you might have got 1/4 of an inch or less, but whatever. We could certainly use the moisture. It's going to be kind of on again, off again throughout the weekend of the weekend. Unfortunately, some unstable air kind of hanging around the central part of the United States. Here's the way it looks as we move on through the work week. Tomorrow's going to be about the same as today, with temperatures in the low 80s, around 83 degrees, with particularly showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. About 50% chance that we may see some rainfall. Likewise on Thursday, again, isolated thunderstorms in the area, 83 degrees, 30% chance. Friday, scattered thunderstorms, on again, off again throughout the day. A very warm, muggy day, 88 degrees and 40% chance of rain. Better chance, unfortunately, for the weekend right now. Afternoon thunderstorms expected on Saturday, a warm 89 degrees and 80% chance of rain, and about the same for Sunday, at least right now. Thunderstorms throughout the day, 86 degrees, 80% chance. We may see a few of those. Well, this time of the year, that can change on a daily basis. So, don't rule out the weekend activities just yet. We'll see how it goes as we move on through the work week. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. Did you know that we are part of an independent retailers co-op that allows us to offer you extra savings? With conscious foods becoming more popular, you see them everywhere, which is a good thing. What you can't get just anywhere is a knowledgeable team of people who want to provide you with top-notch customer service. With our co-op buying option, Nature's Wonders can offer you the customer service you expect, along with prices comparable to those in larger stores. The ideal shopping experience. Come see how affordable healthy living can be at Nature's Wonders in Harrison.
Summer is just around the corner, and the staff at Harness Boots and Shoes are ready with all the latest styles of tennis shoes, sandals, dress shoes, casual shoes, boots, and hiking shoes. You'll find the most popular brands such as Merrell, Birkenstock, Chaco, New Balance, and Twisted X for men, women, and children. And if you don't find the style or color you want in stock, they'll be happy to order them for you. Don't forget, $10 down will hold anything in the store on layaway. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
If a team scores 5 goals in a state soccer tournament, more than likely it is an early round game. But if the team scores 5 goals in the one half in a semifinal game, it is a dominating performance. Saturday afternoon, after graduating on Friday night and winning a quarterfinal game on Friday afternoon, the Lady Bobcats defeated Brooklyn 5-0 to claim its first trip to the finals of the Class 4A state soccer tournament. Leading in scoring charge was Marion Jones and Natalia Hernandez with 2 goals each. Kaylee Giles added 1. Berryville will move to the finals where they will face Central Arkansas Christian on Saturday. The game will be at 2 p.m. at the Razorback Field on the campus of the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. And it took penalty kicks to determine who would be in the finals of the Class 4A state soccer tournament. Playing at Batesville Southside High School on Saturday afternoon, the Bobcats defeated Hamburg 3-2 in penalty kicks. The game was knotted at 2 apiece. At the end of regulation. Neither team was able to score a goal in the overtime periods, forcing the exciting penalty kick program. Berryville picked its top 5 kickers. Carlos Garanda hit the first shot for the Bobcats. Junior Perez was second to score, and Frederick Lero was third. The score was knotted at 3 after both teams completed its cycle. Brian Tover scored the 4th kick for Berryville, but Hamburg was able to tie the contest again. And keeper Robert Quinandez was the 5th shooter for Berryville. He hit his shot and then went into the box to defend Hamburg's 5th attempt. The 5th shot was no good, allowing the Bobcats to return to the finals for the first time in over a decade. Berryville moves on to play on Saturday in the Class 4A state soccer tournament finals. The Bobcats will face Warren at 4 p.m. at Razorback Field. Speaking of Berryville, Berryville's softball season ended on Friday in the Class 4A state softball tournament, which was held at Nashville High School. The Lady Bobcats began their postseason run with a 4th place finish in the Class 4A North region, which advanced them to the 4A state softball tournament. Thursday's opening round game against Harrisburg ended with Berryville's victory over the Lady Hornets 8-4. The quarterfinal matchup on Friday paired the Lady Bobcats against the Lady Miners of Bauxite. Bauxite finished with a shutout win over Berryville in 4 innings, final score 15-0. Anthony Holman has been named the NCAA Managing Director for Championship Operations and Playing Rules. Holman will be the lead administrator for the College World Series as successor to Ron Prettyman. Holman also will oversee championships in bowling, men's ice hockey, FSS football, women's volleyball, beach volleyball, and rifle shooting. Holman will also have responsibilities related to playing rules, governing duties, sports committee activities, and multiple championships. 80 Hernandez danced around catcher Salvador Perez with an inventive slide at home plate to score the go-ahead run, and the Tampa Bay Rays beat the Kansas City Royals in a close one, 2-1. Hernandez dashed home on Matt Duffy's single to right field in the 6th inning, sidestepped Perez to the right, and then dove back toward the base. Hernandez faked toward the dish with his right hand, then jabbed his left hand just past Perez's outstretched glove to tag home plate. That wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around the viewing area.